So, did you know that God once killed a man for pulling out? Oh, no, Kurell, that never happened. Well, let me show you where it happened. Right, so we're going to turn to Genesis chapter 38, possibly the most random chapter in Genesis. Not that it doesn't have its importance, but when you're reading this story, you're like, this will come out of nowhere, and you'll really be asking yourself what's going on. Okay? So we'll read here from verse 6, right? And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go into thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. Right? So this is his second son and brother to his first son who died. And he's saying to go marry his widowed wife. And we see here in verse 9, And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went into his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. So he didn't believe me, but now you do. It's right there in the Bible, right? This is why I always give you verses, right? Because I could be deceiving you, but when I show you the verse directly from the Bible, it's not me speaking, it's the word of God speaking, right? And honestly, that's not even the weirdest thing that happened in this entire chapter, because, well, this chapter was just crazy overall, right? It was about Judah and his 3 sons, and like I said, his first son was betrothed. Well, he was married to a woman, then he was wicked, so he died. And then the second son also went in with the woman, and he died. And he promised the woman his third son, who was not of age, but he was probably never going to do that because he was afraid his third son would also die. So what the woman did was that she disguised herself as a harlot, and when after Judah's wife died, he came onto the harlot, and he wanted to go into her. So she asked for payment, and he offered her a kid, and for the time being, he gave her a few of his own trinkets as a promise to eventually she'll get paid. And he went on into her, and she became pregnant. And then she took off the disguise, and she returned to normally being his daughter-in-law. And when he saw that his daughter-in-law was pregnant, he assumed it was out of whoredom, right? Because she hadn't married his third son that was not of age yet. So he tried to burn her, but then she revealed his trinkets to him, and he realized that what he did was far worse than anything she could have done, right? He prevented her from being married out of his own fear, and he gave into prostitution. So it's a really odd story from the Bible. I mean, we could get into detail about it, but this is more of just to let you know what even happened, right? So you're probably wondering what happened to the children she conceived. Well, she conceived twins, and we see here in the last verses, their names was Phares and Zara. So she made twins for Judah, named Phares and Zara. And what became of them? Well, this may also surprise you. Let's go to the book of Matthew. And let's read verse 1. The book of the generations of Jesus Christ, son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas. That's the Judah from the previous story. And his brethren. And Judas begat who? Phares and Zara. So we see here that this little incident that occurred is part of the messianic line that led to Jesus Christ. So we could talk about destiny and whatnot, how he wanted a seed for his sons, and it wasn't working out. And eventually he gave the seed for himself. But ultimately, that's a little fun fact for you, that this crazy story was part of what led to the birth of our Lord and Savior.